Very recently, the Sabre Firebird got a massive buff in Star Citizen, now carrying 24 instead of 12 size 3 rockets. But, more importantly for this video, it got a 40% flat-out buff to its IR, EM, and cross-section signatures, meaning that you can now sneak up so close to enemies undetected that you can actually fire laser cannons from there. Laser cannons being the weapons with incredibly high DPM and also never-ending ammunition pools. Alright, so let's go and sneak up on some ERT missions and do them in a yet different style, one that I haven't yet shown you, which is becoming quite difficult because I've shown you a lot of different styles. So in this video we're also going to have a look at the difficulties that arise from this plan, because yes, it can be pulled off, but not necessarily in every situation, because there are such things as different radar sizes and efficiencies. Some ships can detect you further away than others, and you'll see that here in a minute too. Now, I'm accelerating the gameplay here by 500%, just so you get a feeling of how long it would take, for example, to kill a caterpillar with these almost 1000 DPS that we are rocking in these double M5A laser cannons. Eventually that thing does get destroyed, and while I understand that there are faster ways of doing an ERT missions if you have a Corsair or Andromeda or whatever, right? This is one way that's particularly fun because it allows you to experiment with a feature in Star Citizen that isn't yet fully implemented, but it's already kind of there. The stealth gameplay, right? And there are some ships that have that. For example, the Ghost F7, the F7 Ghost. It's also a ship that I got, and I haven't yet tried this very thing with the Ghost. I'm not sure if the Ghost can get close enough for that. I will have to test that first. The Firebird, now with a 40% flat-out buff for its signatures, has now the ability to get close enough. But again, I'll show you in a second where there are exceptions to that rule, or it seems like that. This, by the way, is a Constellation Andromeda, and again, 500% accelerated gameplay, just to show you how long it would take you to kill an Andromeda. And I can tell you it goes much faster than taking down the Caterpillar. The Caterpillar has a lot more health, and if you hit the right spot, or the same spot all the time using sniper mode or just generally aiming well, then you can kill it faster. Now, when will the enemies detect me? Okay, let's do a test. How far can I afford to go? 2.2 kilometers, 2.1 kilometer, 2.0, and shortly before 1.9, they will scout me. And so this is the distance I can go. And for that, you should also know my setup. I did not remove the two shields. I had both power plants, both coolers inside, but all equipment components were military grade A stealth components. How much difference that does make, I don't really know it, but I went with grade A military stealth components all the way, including the jump drive and so on. But be sure to know you can boost your stealthiness a little further if you remove one power plant and one cooler and both of your shields entirely. I had my shields disabled during these tests, so they were not running anyways, but you can still get a little better signature ratings if you simply remove the entire shielding. However, that will of course leave you absolutely unable to do any kind of combat whatsoever with that ship. And I kind of wanted to go with a setup that's all-round useful still, but also able to pull off the stealth maneuvers, so that's why I went with a full build. With removing all of the components that you can remove, I think you save yourself 100 meters, maybe 150 meters of additional stealth distance that you can afford yourself. Here we're actually destroying a Starfarer Gemini with the 24 size 3 missiles that the Sabre Firebird comes with. That is a lot of damage output. Even this sub-capital size transport ship over there is suffering absolute damage from these missiles. Especially when all 24 of them hit, that is brutal. You'll see it here in a second. After the 24 missiles, he will still be alive, but his shields are actually going to be down. For some reason, I must have actually destroyed the shield generator inside the ship, because it would no longer pop up any shields after that. But yeah, thinking of which, he's also not doing it now, because typically I should be out of spotting range. I have a radar lock that was from before, but you know, when firing the rockets, that's an easy thing. Firing your rockets from outside visibility, it's the easiest thing in the world with the Firebird, because you have like 5 kilometers range or whatever, or 4.5, depending on what kind of missiles you equip on those. But you are not really getting detected until 2.5 to 2 kilometers, right? Here's a super quick crash course on how to reduce your signatures. In the heat monitor, you suppress all of those down there, and on the energy distribution monitor down here, you click the button stealth right there. That will reduce the energy consumption on your ship to about there where the arrow is, and that way you will start to lose your signatures more and more. It will take you some time to get to the lowest signature, maybe 2 minutes for example, that you have to wait out before the signatures have gone all the way down. Pressing O for deactivating the shields also is advisable, because that reduces it further. And additionally, do not use your quantum drive, obviously. As soon as you jump in to activate your quantum drive, you boost your signatures ridiculously high, and then you have to wait a while before it drops again, okay? So that's the quick crash course when it comes to stealth gameplay. Right there. Also, be sure to know that energy weapons such as the M5As we use, they produce a higher EM signature than, for example, projectile guns. But I tried this with projectiles, it works, you can get even closer, but you don't have enough ammo capacity in those guns to actually kill ERTs with it. So that's why it had to happen, or had to work, with energy cannons that provide an unlimited supply of ammo, you know? And you see right here, I'm sniping the C2, or it's probably an A2 from the looks of it, and I just got it destroyed. We subdued the bounty, finished the mission using a stealth laser ship. That is so cool. I was hoping I could do it. And also, it's very useful is to snipe your shots always at the same vulnerable spot. For example, I was targeting the nose section on the A2, which once it fails, it destroys the rest of the ship too. And I also killed a Corsair here, and so on. So yeah, pretty nice gameplay. Tell me what you think about that idea. Have you tried that as well? And what would you try it on if it wasn't the Firebird? Would you try it on the F7 Ghost, or is there something else? I mean, the Eclipse won't work very well for that because it only has size 2 guns, right? But yeah, catch you in the next video. Manni signing off. Bye bye, my friends.